Okay, top dog.
Yeah, yeah, let's get
Game
it.
time.
All right. So this is my man right here for a couple different reasons.
Let's go.
First of all, I got the trademark for top dog gets you top dollar, but somebody else would have been the creator. Don't tell the patent bureau that. Dude, this guy's a branding and marketing genius. I mean, the new hair salon barbershop about to come out. The lash thing you got going on, bro. You got the tattoo shop. You got the event space. It's always something different, bro. But your core competency is marketing and branding. How did you get started in marketing?
Well, I mean, I just was always into like computers and stuff, and I was always into like trying something different and being creative. So it's no different than, getting dressed. It's no different. It's just another form of creation. So I just like really grew my stuff on Facebook and like really grew my stuff on like MySpace like on the days. And I was like, yo, we chasing this fan base, and then new platforms come out, and then it's like a new excitement, and then it was just like, yo, I think I'm really good at this a little bit. And it don't dawn on you until you actually sitting down with somebody and they have a problem and you have a solution for that problem so easy. So I just was like, yo, all you gotta do is this, and this, not even realizing that I was actually good at it. It just was something that I just spent a lot of time researching. It just came natural to me.
So let's run it back for people, back to MySpace days. Tell me about Runway Rem on MySpace.
Oh, man, at that time I was young, Rem. Yeah. You know what I mean? But no, it was just, like I said, it was just a platform. I was dibbling and dabbling in music and tattoos as well. So like I said, it was just that platform that I just understood like the power of actually promoting yourself and putting yourself out there. So I just was like, yo, I just caught on early. I just caught on early. And like I said, it became very easy for me to like adopt to, new platforms or different methods of advertising yourself. So I just was like,
tell people the story about when you first started your tattoo shop. And the reason I ask is because I think a lot of people got the idea, but they're waiting for it to be perfect before they promote it, right? They're like, yeah, I'm down to promote it. I'm game to promote it. Let's go. Yeah. But I want to make sure that I have this, and this ready before I do it.
No, bro. I started, I'm about to be on business number 6 right now and 4 in the year. And, bro, I ain't never had a business plan. I never had, sometimes I never even had the name of what I wanted to name the business. I just know that I wanted to do it, and I knew that I was capable of doing it because I did it one time. So, like, sometimes I never had the email. I never had the Instagram page. Like, and people want to have the website, the LLC. They want to have all these things, and the best thing you could do is just start.
So how'd you start with the tattoo shop? Because that was the first business. I think the first one for a lot of people out there is the hardest one to get started. You know what I mean? Because that's the first time you're taking that jump. You're taking that leap of faith. You're trying to make money for yourself. You're putting yourself out on the line.
For sure.
Yeah.
So basically, bro, how I got started was I just started. Like a lot of times, I feel like people have gifts and talent that they friends tell them like, yo, you should do this. And they don't really identify it as a talent because you my friend. You supposed to tell me that I'm good at this. You supposed to tell me I could do this. And it didn't dawn on me till a couple of my friends like, yo, you should do tattoos. And I was like, nah, bro, I ain't messing with no blood and none of that stuff. And then an artist said, yo, you should do tattoos. And I took that like, I play ball, and LeBron James told me, you should play ball. Like, you feel what I'm saying? Like, you gonna take it serious if LeBron James tell you could ball.
So were you an artist at the time? Was he judging based on your artwork that you should tattoo?
I've been an artist my whole life, bro. I draw cartoon figures off the cereal box, so I was eating my cereal. You feel me? So I've been an artist all my life, but it just was that element that was just like, yo, somebody was like, yo, draw this for me, and I draw a tattoo. Like, I'm not even thinking like a tattoo artist. I'm just thinking like an artist. And from that aspect, he said, yo, you should do tattoos. And at that moment, it was like, yo, dang, should I do it? You feel what I'm saying? And it kind of just went there.
Who was the first person you tatted, and how did you feel as you were doing it?
So the first person I tatted was one of my old friends that I went to high school with, and he was 18 at the time. And literally, I was like, yo, sit down and get this tat. And he's like, no, my mom gonna kill me.
What was the tat?
It was like a laugh now, cry later. It was a big tattoo. It was like half his whole. I was like, yo, sit down and get this tat. He's like, no, my mom gonna kill me. I'm like, shut up, you 18. And we went to school the next day, and bro, from there, it was crazy. It was a wrap. It was a wrap from there.
The school went popping.
It was crazy. Yeah. And they already knew me for my artistic ability. Like, so they already knew what it was. And it was just applying the grind to it.
So where'd you start tattooing out of?
My mom's house.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how many people did you tattoo in your mom's house?
Man, couple hundred, bro. Like seriously, like I'm talking about in the first couple months, I literally tattoo every single day, 4 or 5 people a day. Like I'm talking about, my mom was like, you ain't gonna have all these people in my house. Like for like the first 3 months, bro, I was going hard. I'm talking about I was going hard, and then I transitioned into a bigger space.
Yeah, so tell me about the transition to the space, and was that also the same time you brought in your next employee? Like you brought in somebody to work with you, to tattoo with you? When did that happen?
So this was at this point, it was very underground. Like it was very, very underground. So we was working there. I worked that process for 3 months, and then I got an apartment right up the street from my mom's house. So it was just like 2-bedroom apartment, just a little bit bigger than what I had, because bro, like it grew so much in my mom's house. I had people sitting on my steps. My mom come home, it's people waiting on the steps. She literally coming up the steps like, yo, like, come on, dog. Like, you can't have all these people in my house. I'm like, Mom, I gotta get this money. Like, you want to help pay these bills or not?
You throw her a buck or what?
Hell yeah. Like, you know, I'm paying the bills and all. I'm taking care of what I need to take care of. But I was just like, yo, I gotta accommodate myself with more space. Like, I gotta accommodate myself with more space. So at that time, I asked my brother, did he want a tattoo? And my brother was like, no, bro, I ain't doing tattoos. He was working at the airport at the time. He was making good money. Yeah. He was making good money at the time. And then he was like, no. He went to his job and they literally cut his hours. I'm talking about he went from having 40 hours a week to about 18. And they had to split hours with like 10 other employees. He was just like, yo, I might as well just quit. That's not even no money. So he went to making a good income, and he came to me and he was like, bro, I'm ready. And then that's what it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So with your parents, generally speaking, right? Like, did you start providing for them when you were 18?
Yeah.
Did you start with the mom? Yeah. Yeah, this dude's a family man. He brings the kids around everywhere. I don't know if you've seen Runway out, but he's always got like 4 or 5 kids. I think one of the things that I admire him the most about is just being a parent, right? Like, I haven't crossed that path in my life yet, and I see like, you know, other friends that are about to do it, and I think like what you're doing while having children is something else, because a lot of people want to talk about balance, right?
Yeah.
Runway don't got no balance. He's on 24/7. But you make your goals the priorities, not the kids' goals, right? Like, you're here, it's 9:30 on Sunday, right? It doesn't mean that they're not, you know, getting every opportunity to succeed, right? But it also means that like you're building an empire right now. And so like, you know, I was with Saida the other night. She's talking about her daughter eating Boston Market because she's at the office till 11 o'clock, right? Like, that's just how it is.
It's the sacrifices, bro. And a lot of people don't understand. Like, it's not like I got my kids out in the streets and we doing something that's not productive. I feel like exposure is one of the best things. Like, yo, they see their dad opening up all these business. They see their dad running around making moves. How could they not have a direct correlation to their life to be successful? Yo, I saw my dad do it my whole life.
Yeah.
They don't have no other identity but entrepreneurship.
Yeah.
So what's the chances of them actually getting a job? Especially if I don't allow it in my household. Everybody gotta be an entrepreneur. Everybody.
So what about you though, right? Because I know you didn't grow up like with 2 successful parents that are entrepreneurs,
Hell
right?
no.
So what was it like growing up where you were at compared to what you think you're offering your kids?
I think like I said, the exposure is one of the big things. Like what I was exposed to drug dealers that was getting money, that was hustling all day. Yeah. And then I see these dudes go to jail and then they come out and they doing the same thing. I like my freedom too much. I like to travel. You know what I'm saying? I like to do artistic things. So I knew that wasn't the direction that I wanted to go into. You feel what I'm saying? So I was just like, yo, in order for me to have a different outcome, then I gotta focus differently. And like, yo, I had an idea of people being millionaires, and I knew that wasn't it. Like, I never seen nobody be a straight millionaire from the streets, you feel what I'm saying, come back to where they at and be able to have buildings and do all this great stuff without it being attached to jail, being killed, having to watch their back, all this crime related stuff.
Yeah.
That's what I didn't want, especially with my mom abusing drugs. Yeah. I'm like, yo, if that's what it do to people, and that's the direct correlation, then I don't want to have nothing to do with it. You feel what I'm saying?
I think people can go one of 2 ways, right? Like, you can grow up surrounded by people who are doing those sort of like negative, self-destructive behaviors, and you can look at it and you can say, like you did, I'm not getting into this. Like, this is not what I want for my life. Yeah. But I think too often it falls the other way.
Yeah.
Where people are like, yo, this is what I grew up in. This is just what I know. This is just what I'm at.
I feel like a lot of people accept it. Like a lot of people accept, like, dang, this is just my reality, and they feel like they don't have no other options. And then you got people like me that see it, and like I said, exposure is one of the best things. So I got exposure, whereas though it allowed me to see, you know what I'm saying? It allowed me to see what I didn't want. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes you don't gotta go through it. Like, you don't have to, like, I didn't have to get out on the corner, hustle, get locked up, make all these mistakes and run, you know what I'm saying, have a criminal record to learn. Like, yo, I see it. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't want no parts of that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you just got both sides of it. Like, some people get consumed with it, that become their life, and they feel like they don't have no choice. And then you got other people that be like, man, you know what? I ain't even going that direction because that shit don't lead nowhere.
So today, let's take it up to today. I want to know, I think that success, let me give some context. I think success requires two things, right?
Yeah.
It requires you being hungry and it requires you being focused, right? Like being hungry, just like desperate, you want it, right? And like, I understand growing up where you were and building the tattoo shop, that's your first business. That's your first journey into entrepreneurship.
Right.
But you got damn near 50 people working for you because you got 6 businesses.
Yeah.
What are you doing at the shop till 3 a.m.? What keeps that hunger? What do you think is inside you that makes you so motivated, even when, you know, you got enough money to support your family and all that?
I mean, every day is a new excitement. You know what I'm saying? Every day is a new excitement. Like, I want to be the best version of myself I could be. I want to be the best person. I want to push myself to possibilities that I don't even know that I could reach yet. And I'm just not comfortable. I'm just not at a spot where as though it's just like, bro, I just love business. So at some point in time, it's just like seeing what we done. Like, we met one time, we connected in a moment, and look what it transpired to. Top dog, get you top. Like, it expired. It basically transformed into something that was phenomenal. Like, you don't get that when you put a price tag on it. You feel what I'm saying? So me seeing people grow from it, me seeing the possibilities grow, relationships grow, opportunities that grow from just something that can happen in a conversation. It's like, dang, I get excited about what I'm going to do tomorrow. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what's tomorrow hold? You feel what I'm saying?
I remember the first night we met, we're outside of our other office. That's the time Ian and I working out of a closet, right? And we're standing outside, and we had finished up, what time was that, like 12:30?
Yeah.
And we probably stood next to the car
for
and
like
just,
another
half hour.
Yeah.
And it was like, yo, this dude brings something special, right? Like something special. And the second thing is, like, you got the hunger. Like, I see the way you work, but it's also the focus, right? It's also the obsession, the obsession with the goals. Like, I rarely hear you talking about something that isn't business. You just don't really think about it at all.
I feel like, yo, bro, if somebody said this to me and like, this is what I really, like, honestly carry every day, but you know how somebody say something to you and you don't really think about it till they say it to you, like, damn, I've been thinking that the whole time. And they say, yo, the more you focus on negative shit, that's what you get. The more you focus on the possibilities and the right shit, that's what you get. So I just focus on more of the right stuff. I done did a lot of stuff. Yo, I done did a lot of wrong shit. You know what I'm saying? I tried it. You feel me? Like, I tried doing it the wrong way. You feel what I'm saying? So let me focus on doing it the right way. And then just with people, like, just the people that come your way when you're focused on the right shit, bro. I run into people like you every day. I don't got no lawyer friends. You know what I'm saying? Until I start focusing on the right thing, and look how our opportunity and our relationship has grown because being focused on the right stuff and you being focused on the right stuff. So our stuff get tied up. Can we stop for 1 second?
Yeah, do your thing. I think you just gotta be really aware of the people that you surround yourself with. And a lot of it can be inadvertent, right? Like, I know a lot of my high school friends, college friends are doing their thing, they're loving life, but their goals might be different than my goals are, right? We might have, like, at some point been very aligned in what we are interested in, but now things, for whatever reason, have changed. And so I want to align myself with people that are as hungry and as focused as I am. And I see somebody like Runway where I'm like, this dude just wants it. Like, he just absolutely wants it, and he'll do absolutely whatever it takes to get it. And that's contagious. That's contagious for me, because sometimes I start to get a little complacent. You know, we land 100 cases, right? We got like 100 cases right now. It'd be easy to chill. It'd be easy to say, yo, I can't believe what we've done, right?
Yeah.
But the goal's a 9-figure company. The goal's 100 million, right? And so being around other people that got as big of ambitions, as big of dreams as you are, and it starts to become subconscious shit,
it's
right?
contagious too, bro.
Yeah,
it's contagious, bro. Like, I promise you, yo, you get around some people that grind. You get around some people that really want it. Like, you like, dang, like, I know I want it, yo. But I've been around some people that been in the room that was like, bro, you gotta be doing this, you gotta be doing this. And I'm like, fuck, I ain't doing enough. You know what I'm saying? So a person from the outside might see me like, bro, you got all this stuff going on. And I'm like, bro, I'm barely scratching the surface. Because I got somebody else that I'm talking to on the phone, and they like, yo, quitters never, they like, yo, winners never quit, quitters never win. I'm like, shit. Somebody say something small to me that just transfer my whole perspective. I'm like, dang, I ain't doing enough. And until you get around some people, bro, like, till you get around some people like that, you like, yo, you think that you're doing a lot, yo? Until you see a day in the life of somebody else and you like, yo, I gotta step my game up.
And yo, you see people that are talking big, right? Like people who have the ambition, but the actions might not be matching the ambition. And the thing I love now is like, you got Instagram stories, right? So it's like, Instagram stories tell the truth. Like you watch Runway's Instagram stories, like you know what people are doing, right? And I think that's a funny part of like social media culture is like building this thing we're building, right? Like how you gonna say I got lucky? Like it's Sunday night at 10 o'clock. Like nobody's gonna be saying that, right?
It's a lot of people that's faking, that's not doing it 110%. And when I leave out the shop at 3, 4 in the morning, I'm posting that time so you can see it. And then when I'm back up at 7, I'm posting that time so you can see it like, dang, bro really had 3 hours of sleep and he right back to it. So unless you competing with that, you ain't gonna beat me. I'm not worried about what you doing. Bro, bro, I had 3 hours. You think I had time to think about what somebody else is doing with 3 hours sleep? No, I'm right back up getting it. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's just like, you gotta be locked in or you gonna get locked out.
And it's resiliency, right? Because we're in those dream sessions, those masterminds. We're spitballing, things are going hard. We're gonna conquer the world, right? But then what happens when adversity pops up, right? It takes 10 times more effort and more energy to create the thing you're gonna create than you think it's gonna. Right? And it's so easy in the beginning, particularly if you're not totally sold, committed to that vision, to just say, you know what, like maybe this wasn't my calling, right? Or maybe this wasn't the thing I'm most passionate about. It's like, nah, you just can't handle a little bit of adversity.
Yeah. People got like 5 days. They got like 5 days of being hype over an idea. And then after that, oh man, the kids, and I'm tired. It's like, what? Yo, we talking about, like, you literally talking to somebody that my mom was like, yo, you got a tattoo on your face, you ruin your life, you'll never get a job. I posted it. My mom saying out her own mouth, it ain't amount of, yo, if anybody know me, like all the people who got tattooed in that house with my mom, anybody who know me, they know how my mom is. My mom is a firecracker. She gonna say whatever come out of her mouth. She don't care. You feel what I'm saying? I can't pay her enough money to say, yo, mom, go on Instagram and say this with me. She not with none of the cap. She ain't with none of the fake stuff. And this was words that she really said to me. So I had to carry that in my grind every day, knowing that the lady that birthed me didn't even believe in my dreams and still had to go chase it. You know what I'm saying? So I use that adversity as motivation every day. Damn. The one person that's supposed to believe in me every day said that I can't do nothing with my life. And you know what today is? Damn, son, I'm proud of you. You feel what I'm saying? I'm like, Mom, you know what? I don't even take offense to that. You know why? Because you was right when you said I'll never get a job. Because I'm going to own every business that, you know what I'm saying, that I could possibly own. You know what I mean? So you just saw more in me and myself. And a lot of people will take that as hurtful words. They hate their mom for the rest of their life because they said how they felt. No, that's how you felt. But that don't mean that I don't follow my dreams. That don't mean I don't go after it. That don't mean I don't go chase it. You just have a vision of how life is supposed to be, and we don't share that vision, whether I'm your son or not. You feel what I'm saying? And it's just like, yo, like, I get to live to see, like, damn, I proved you wrong, so it feels good. You know what I'm saying? You want a couple dollars? You feel what I'm saying?
I also think that you burnt the ships, like the face tattoo, and we talked about this before, right?
Oh, yeah.
That's the ultimate, I'm going in on myself. I don't give a fuck, right? Like this has to work or it has to work, right?
Yeah.
And it's funny because that's your moment. I also feel like in a lot of ways, my moment was like opening up and talking about addiction, right? Like in a corporate setting, like people are way too scared of what everybody else at their job thinks to talk about some of the shit they've been through, right? And not that like I don't think that if I went to work at a job, I think it would be cool anyway, right? Like I really think that everybody should just be open about all their shit. But for me, that was a moment where it was like, I'm vocalizing who I am, what I believe in, and I know I'm never gonna work for anybody else. You know what I mean? So it is what it is, right?
You gotta go to the bathroom. Yeah. So like, bro, I think transparency is like one of the best things. Can you let him go to the bathroom?
Yeah. There's another bathroom out there.
Yeah, I think transparency is like one of the best things you could possibly be. Like I'm transparent in every phase of my business and what I had to do. Like some people don't even like to share their story, let alone their business tactics. And I feel like that's why people gravitate towards me, because like you actually see the transparency of where I came from to where I'm at right now. Like I posted that house that I started at to where I grew it to a shop. Like that's real life situations. And a lot of times people frown upon where they come from. Like, man, I want to just close that chapter in my life. I don't want to go back there. Like I want to, this is where I'm at now. And they just want to be seen as this high entity. But like, yo, don't forget about them people that at the bottom that help build you up to get there. You feel what I'm saying?
And that's the people, that's the community that you can help the most. That's what I feel like the most fulfillment and impact at the end of the day. It's all the people who was in a spot where I was at, where like I didn't want to die, right? I wasn't actively trying to kill myself, but I also was like, if I pop so many pills and drink so much that I don't wake up, then I don't even care anymore. Like that's where I was at mentally, right? And like to be able to tell people, yo, this is where I was at, and now I'm just on a run, right? And you've seen the journey, and you can have your journey too. Just don't ever give up hope.
No,
you know what I mean?
I think that's important, and I think what's more important is like before we go judging people that have these problems, who's trying to operate, like that's why I love your story so much, because like you like, yo, like this was my mental state at that time, and I think that's what a lot of people forget is the mental state. Like when my mom was abusing drugs for all these years, I'm thinking like, sometimes you just be like, dang, this fucked up. This a fucked up situation. You know what I'm saying? I literally go see my mom one way, she come out the bathroom, she another way, not even knowing like, yo, what's her mind state, or what did she go through in her life that made her even turn to drugs? You feel what I'm saying? My grandma got 7 children. My mom has a dad, and her dad gets killed when she's 14 years old. You know what I'm saying? Changing the tire on a highway. You feel what I'm saying? All her other siblings have dads except her. How does that affect her life as a teenage girl growing up? You feel what I'm saying? She don't have that male figure in her life to give her that father-daughter love, to be like, yo, don't do this, don't do that. The stuff that matters. And then you growing up at the age where it's very prominent for you to have an image of what family is supposed to look like. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And everybody else got their family, everybody else got their dad except you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It just fucks with you.
It's pain.
Yeah, it's pain.
It's hurt. It's sadness.
And all you want to do is like, yo, I just want the fucking pain to go away. You're not
escape.
doing it to hurt nobody.
Yeah.
You're not doing it it involves the other shit, but you just like, yo, I just want to forget about this shit. I don't want this shit to exist. I wish it never happened. Those are things that go through the mind. And then on the other side, we don't understand that. But I'm just a person that I know that people go through shit. People go through differences. And people don't never think about the mindset of the person that's doing the drugs. You feel what I'm saying? They just look at the person action when they high.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I think one of the hardest things to do is change somebody's mindset. So if I know somebody, I look at mindset in 2 ways, right? You either have a growth mindset, you think that as a person, you can move towards being the best version of yourself, and on a daily basis are reading and studying and learning, how can I be a little bit better each day?
Yeah.
Or you have a fixed mindset. You think the world just is where it is.
Right.
You were dealt a certain hand, and that's the hand that you're destined to play.
Absolutely.
And one of the things that I'm trying to discover in this journey of like building a platform where I can help people is how to take somebody who has a fixed mindset and show them the light, right? The growth mindset.
Yeah.
Have you had any experience on trying to work with somebody on changing their mindset, and what would you tell somebody who is trying to change their mindset?
I had experience with both. I have experiences with people every day. Like every day I have conversations and I have rebuttals with people who are like, no, that's not going to work. And I'm like, bro, I'm doing it right now. Like, don't tell me it's not going to work. But if you tell yourself it's not going to work, it's not going to work. But one of the things I could say, man, is this, like, you really got to want it. Like, you really got to want it. It don't matter how good the information is. It don't matter how good the mentorship is. It don't matter how good the book is. If you're not ready to accept the information and apply it, then you're not, it's not going to do anything for you. So a person really got to say, yo, to themselves, like, yo, I'm really tired of my life being like this. What can I do to change it? What can I do to change my circumstances? And you got to commit to that. I don't really like, bro, I like to make winners win more. You know what I mean? I don't like to make losers try to win because, you know, it's just a battle that, yo, you're going against what they believe in. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not, you know, when we talk about belief, like, belief is like close to God. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I'm not God to nobody. You know what I'm saying? I just want to be an example to show you, like, yo, you got options. You don't have to think that way. You have options. But if they can't see that they have options and they don't see a little bit of possibilities and they just had that fixed mindset, man, something has to happen for them to wake up and change.
I think it almost needs to be more pain. Like, I think that's the only way.
More pain, more mistakes.
Where you say, yo, like, now is enough. I will never live this way. I refuse to live this way again. Like, for me, it was the addiction, right? It was like a keystone habit. It's almost like you got to get to a point in your life where you, like, flip a switch where you say, I can't live like this anymore. Maybe everything I ever thought about everything was wrong. So why don't I just start listening to some other people and being open-minded for the first time in years, right? Because you can provide like motivation and inspiration and positive self-talk all day. But if someone's not hearing you, like, you know, they're not hearing you. They're just not going to take the actions.
Absolutely. Yeah, my brother Derek Gray said you got to unlearn and relearn. So we've been learning these certain ways, you know what I mean, all our life. You know what I mean? So we get conditioned, just like they said, the older people, they stuck in their ways, they stuck in it because they really been operating like that their whole life. They can't just wake up tomorrow and be like, oh yeah, I'm a new person. And Albert Einstein said the best ability that we have is the ability to change our minds. You know what I mean? So you could wake up tomorrow, you could be double top dog. You feel what I'm saying? Like you could be top dog times 2 if that's what you wake up and you feel to do. But most people are not going to do that because they're going to feel like, dang, well, what is such and such going to think? Or how is such and such going to feel like that? Instead of basing that on knowledge of they self, of how is that going to make you feel? So, and then we just got to unlearn some habits that just don't put us in a forward motion in life, that just hold us back. Like thinking everything is a certain way. Thinking that people are really like they are. You feel what I'm saying? Like people, like every time I've been in 20 countries in the past 10 months. Every time I was about to get on that plane, my grandma said, be careful, you know them people over there is X, Y, and Z. And I'm like, Grandma, you never been past 2 places. You know what I'm saying? I took my son to 4 countries. You know what I'm saying? His passport look better than yours. You feel what I'm saying? And I've been to plenty of places, and all of the things that she ever said, if I would have listened to him, I never would have visited these places. I never would have got experiences. And on top of that, I would have, she was completely wrong. I would have never got to say, Grandma, you wrong. That food was good. I don't know what you was talking about. That food was good. The people treated me marvelous. But it's just that mindset.
So I'm gonna bring in some like Mayan philosophy real quick, right? Like, so there's this book called The 4 Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz, right? And it talks about like growing up in society's dream, right? Essentially, since you're an infant, you're told what to do and what to think. And the biggest 2 influences are mom and dad, right? But then there's also like your friends, there's also the church, the kids at school, all these different influences flooding your brain with information about how to think. And I think I went 25 years of my life without really starting to think for myself. And when I started to make that change, I started to identify in my head, I referred to them as old agreements, right? This is an old agreement. This is something that grandma told me that people outside of America are bad. And then only because I had this like catastrophic awakening at 25, I was able to be like, maybe that shit that grandma said about other people being bad, maybe she don't know what she's talking about. Right. And then I started to realize that all these old agreements, all these self-limiting beliefs, they're all not true.
Yeah.
And that you can redefine that dream and set whatever rules you want, right?
But who to say is rules?
Yeah.
Like, but at the end of the day, you said it the best. Like, you can set your own rules. Like, you know what I'm saying? There's no format to this stuff. You feel what I'm saying? Like, there's no format. It's no, oh, this is how you have to do it. Bro, this thing called life, like, you make it the best way that you can make it. You only here for a limited time. You know what I'm saying? You're here for a good time, not a long time. Who is to say that you have to live your life this way?
So it's like people talk about The Secret, right? Like, you hear The Secret, like, you project good things in the universe and they just show up in your life. If you're thinking about something, then it happens. It's like, no, really, I think what happens is wherever you put your attention on, it manifests, right? It shows up before you. So if you believe that people in other countries are bad, you're never going to go anywhere. And if you do go anywhere, you're going to only look for all the bad things that are happening all around you.
Absolutely.
Whether if you decide in your head, these people are marvelous, then you're going to walk around and you're going to look for every possible marvelous thing in the universe.
Yeah, absolutely. We look around this room, I'll be like, yo, identify something that's blue. We going to look and then I'm going to say, identify something that's black. And you're going to look for what's black. So whatever you focus on, that's what you're going to get. So it's just like, yo, I can say the same thing. Oh, I don't like West Philly. West Philly people are like this. Now when I go to West Philly, my whole body language and my aura and my energy is, I don't like West Philly. West Philly. So they going to look at me like, yo, who this dude? He ain't fit from around here. You feel what I'm saying? And we just carry that energy in the wrong sense. Like, nobody's like nothing.
There's this person that looks for like God, right? Looks for like Jesus Christ and everything. And if that's what they're focused on, they're going to see Jesus in everything, right? Because that's their frame, right? And if you just take that like pair of glasses, right, that lens, and you apply it to everything, if you look for money and everything, you're going to see a whole lot of opportunity, bro.
I see a whole lot. I see a lot of money in everything, bro. That's me. Like, I literally look at this wooden table and I'll be like, dang, what could this be? You feel what I'm saying? I'll look at this backdrop, be like, what could this be? And look at it. It's a whole, whole podcast situation. You feel what I'm saying? But it was an idea that y'all put on paper. Y'all saw a list and he made this. This wasn't like that. You know what I mean? So you saw money in something like, you know what I'm saying? It's not necessarily currency, but it's a form of your brand and your aesthetic to make it look good that can eventually turn over into some money. So I'm always looking at stuff in money.
What are you doing with Buy Back the Block?
So basically what I'm doing with that is I'm educating people, and as far as educating them and motivating them with business and real estate, as far as being an entrepreneur, of how you can either start a business, scale it, and get into real estate, or we can educate you on a full diameter of real estate, and then we can help educate you so that you are fully prepared to invest and get your freedom in real estate, because real estate has made the most millionaires than anything else in the world. You know what I mean? So it's basically just an online community of entrepreneurs who pay a subscription. You know what I mean? Every month we bring some of the best entrepreneurs in the world and real estate and business, and we educate y'all. We give y'all value and game, so that way, man, you can have all the utensils you need to be successful.
I see, because I wasn't sure. You pretty much got the whole block at this point. What do you have, like 3? Are you about to add a 4th spot on there? Or?
Yeah. So it's just once you figure out the formula, once you figure out the blueprint, once you see the possibilities, it's just like, man, it's time to get it. You know what I mean? And one of the guys that owned the building before I had it, he actually owned 7 buildings on that block. And I have a relationship. He actually one of my kids' grandpa. So and this is like, it was like a small world type of thing when I was renting from me. And he actually owned 7 properties on a block. So when he was in the process of selling a building, I saw how much he got the building for back in like the 90s. I was like, yo, he paid $8,000 for this building and sell it for $180. I'm like, what? I felt like I was getting robbed. But that's what real estate is, man. It's just knowing that time frame, knowing that cycle. So then he was like, yo, I'm trying to tell you, once you get one and you start rolling, he like, the possibilities endless. And it still didn't sink in at that time because I wasn't educated. I wasn't that knowledgeable about real estate. Yeah, I knew what it was, but I didn't know the possibilities and what you could do with it. Man, he ain't never lied, man. That one, after you get that one, it just make everything else easy. And that's why I was just like, yo, starting your first business, doing it first, it's always the beginning. It's always the start. So, and that's the scary part for everybody because it's so you don't know. It's so unknown. There's so many unanswered questions. And if I could give any advice to anybody, it was like, yo, treat it like a relationship. Like when you first start talking to somebody, you know what I mean? Get to know everything that you can about it, like you do that person. What's your favorite color? What's your sign? What's your favorite food? You know what I'm saying? Like get in that honeymoon stage of the business, of learning it, so that way it could feel good when you're actually in it. You know what I'm saying? And the more you get to know it, the better off you'll be to get to play it. So I just been building with the real estate, just my knowledge, bro, investing in different courses, investing in other people in the inner city who know about real estate, picking their brain, learning different strategies, bro. And I'm trying to tell you, like, that's probably like the best thing. Yeah.
I think from a business perspective, right, the first business I think is always the hardest one to start.
Yeah.
I think a couple reasons. I mean, first, usually when you're starting the first business, you're broke.
Yeah.
Right? That's the hard. I mean, that's like the deal with this. It's capital, right?
Yeah,
it's like, can you get enough capital to put up the money up front that you're going to need?
Right.
And then I think once you have one, it's one, you know that it's possible, but two, you can jump from opportunities to opportunities because you can use one thing to help fund another until you really get going.
Absolutely.
And then all of a sudden you got like a couple different balls in the air.
Yeah.
But with the first one, I don't think there's any light at the end of the tunnel, right? Like I don't think, there might be light, but I don't think that's the right way to look at it. Like part of the experience of starting a company, and if you're truly gonna win at this, if you're truly gonna succeed, you gotta love the grind, like the everyday hustle of, is this gonna make it? What can I do? What are the moving pieces of the puzzle?
Right, yeah.
That's gotta be something that you thoroughly enjoy.
That's the part I love the most, bro. That's the part I love the most, yo. And like, I'm so hands-on, bro, with everything that I do. I'm so hands-on that like my mentors be like, bro, you gotta take back some, like, you know what I'm saying? You gotta delegate, and I work on delegating.
I remember when you got the event space. I went to the event space opening, and you the venue, and you were late to your own event space opening because you were getting the ribbon. Yeah. And I'm like, yo, this dude literally does everything himself.
Yeah. I'm just hands-on, like, you know what I'm saying? And I know what hands-on got me. So I don't know, like, really anything. And, like, depending on people, like, yo, like, I have yet to run into a person that's like me. Like, people, they get tired and they ready to go to sleep. I don't go to sleep until I'm done. Like, last night, I'm like, yo, shirts got to be done. It got to be set up for tomorrow. I'm not going to sleep till it's done. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It was done at 4 o'clock. And that's when I lay down, close my eyes, bro. I just can't. I sleep better when the I's is dotted and the T's is crossed. Yeah. I don't care about sleep that much. It don't mean that much to me. So, like I said, I've yet to meet a person that's just like, yo, that match my energy as far as the grind aspect. You know what I mean?
What do you want? And I will start wrapping it up here in a sec. But what do you want in terms of like the legacy? Like, what do you want people to be like? Yo, that dude Runway. Like 20 years from now, what do you want them to say about that dude Runway?
I really just want to help as many people as I can without hurting myself. Yeah. That's it. You feel me? Like, I just want to empower as many people. I want to help put as many people in position as I possibly can. You know what I'm saying? Who want to win, though. You know what I'm saying? Who really want to win. Like, some people, like, they DM me, and I can know by conversation that they really don't want to win. You know what I'm saying? They just want the look. And me, yo, like, I'm not scared to put in no work, bro. I love that shit. Like, I really love putting in the work. And that's the part that nobody want to put the work in. I love putting the work in, bro. Like, I could lose everything and go start right back over. That's how much I love to work. You know what I'm saying? I really mean it, bro. Like, you know how many times I went broke starting all these business? Like, bro, I'm talking about, I'm investing, like, throwing money. Like, man, it's my last. I don't even know how I'm going to get a Popeye sandwich tomorrow. You feel what I'm saying? But I'm going to make it happen. You feel what I'm saying? I'm going to make it happen. I'm going to find some way to make it happen. You know what I mean? And I did that plenty of times, bro. Like, just investing, like, man, I don't even know if this crack going to work. I'm crazy for putting all my money into, you know what I mean, something that I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But it's just like, you're seeing, you know what I'm saying? You're seeing, like, what that did for me. You feel what I'm saying? And a lot of people, bro, they don't really want to do the work. But the people who do want to do the work, I want to help them people get to the next level. You know what I'm saying? Just as long as it don't hurt me.
It's about taking massive risk, right? I love the quote that's like, the people who live in the big houses and drive the fast cars are the people who took the most risk. I had a guy at my old apartment complex who had a fund, right? Like a killer venture capital fund. And eventually I want to get in that game, right? Like betting on people's businesses, right? Taking people that you think are winners and giving them the money that somebody gave me, right? That somebody believed in me, right? Be able to do that, be able to sit on that other side of the table for somebody. But he said, there's other financial analysts that are way more talented than me, that understand, that make big. He's like, but I was the one that put it under my name. Like I was the one that took that risk, right? And it's like, okay, great. That's the first step. But then the second step is like, you gotta just put your head down every single day, and like with no expectation of like it letting up or there being like, and because the second that you think that it's ended, you're gonna have to double down on something else. You're gonna start something new, right?
Yeah. I just feel like, bro, I overwhelm myself with work. I overwhelm my shit with, you know what I'm saying, with more stuff than I know I can handle. You know what I'm saying? More stuff than I know I can handle. I know it's impossible for me to handle all the tasks that I set out to do.
It forced you to prioritize.
Hell yeah, bro. Like if I
do the highest leverage work.
Bro, if I make $5 million next year, right? You know what I'm saying? If I make $5 million next year, right? And then I say, damn, I made $5 million this year. I want to make 10 next year. You know what I'm saying? I know it could double because I know I did 5. What I got to do to make 10? I ain't going to make 10 doing the same thing that I did make the 5. I got to double up.
Yeah.
Probably triple up.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? So I overwhelm my stuff like, like, it ain't I give myself an unlimited amount of tasks I know I can't get done in a day. You know what I'm saying? Make me go hard. But when it be some days where I set tasks for myself, I set goals for myself, and I actually get that shit done. You know how good I feel? I'm like, oh, shit. But, you know what I'm saying? I keep myself going because my task list so long, it's just like, it's always some stuff to do.
Yeah.
So it's never a time to get comfortable. I always got something to do. You know what I'm saying? Always. Just I add stuff to the list every day. Like, it's always something to do.
And I think people anticipate that, like, if you made the 5, right, they say, what does Runway need to make 5 more for, right? Why does he need 10? Is it ever enough for him, right? And that logic is flawed. It doesn't make sense because if you're loving making the 5 and it excites you to make the 10, there's nothing wrong with that, right? Like that's just being the best version of yourself.
And here's the thing, like I don't even fuck the money, bro. Like I don't like fuck like people get so caught up on them. They print money all day, every day. Yeah. Fuck the money. You could get more money. You can't get more time. Time to do what you love. Time to be passionate, bro. I'm not gonna be this age forever. I'm going to get 50. I can't wait till I'm 50 to start trying to run around and do all this, you know what I'm saying, all this entrepreneurial shit. At that time, the task is going to be bigger tasks. I'm going to be meeting with bigger people. Like Jay-Z not running around doing what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? He in meetings and he like, this is the trajectory of what I want to happen. And he got delegated people that could go take care of it for him. You know what I'm saying? But he positioned himself to get there. So all I'm doing right now is just working my ass off so I could get in that position to be like, I invest in somebody who got something going on, we're going to blow this shit up. You know what I'm saying? I invest in somebody else who got something going on, we're going to blow this shit up. As long as you want to win. I'll put 10, 20,000 behind somebody. You know what I mean? But they got to come equipped and be ready to win. Because I'm not putting that type of money on the table, investing in somebody else, and then I call them 3 o'clock in the morning, they talking about sleep. Yeah, all right. Bro, if I'm calling you excited about your goals and your dreams that I invested in, and you talking about you sleep, then that's a problem. Because if I wanted more than you shouldn't even have it. It should be mine. And that's what I mean. I want to help as many people, but you gotta want this shit more than I want it. And I don't run into too many people that want it more than I want it, bro. I promise you. I don't. And it might not reflect as me having everything that I want now, but I'm on track. I'm running. You know what I'm saying? I ain't at no finish line. You know what I'm saying? I'm running, bro.
Dude, the thing that stuck out to me in what you just said, and that was just an amazing quote. I'm so glad we got that. Yeah. It's not really about the money. Like, even with Top Dog, right? It's like, we want to hit this December goal, this big December goal that we have. That it's like, financial goal that allows us the flexibility to do other things. But all of the money that's made in achieving that goal is to build the platform and the vision and the ability to impact people to a higher level, right? Like all the money is going to be spent on new people and new marketing, right? And if your goal is just the money, there's other ways to get the money.
Hell yeah.
You know what I mean?
The money's just a tool, bro. Like tattooing was just it's a platform. You know what I'm saying? A platform, a credible platform that allowed me to make money to do other things. That shit is just a tool. Bro, like 2019, bro, I said, fuck all designer. I'm not spending my money on no designer. Like how many months we in? We like 9 months in?
Yeah.
Bro, I ain't buy a pair of Balenciaga, and I love this shit. Like, I love to get fly. I'm like, yo, I'm not gonna do none of this shit for the rest of the year so I could live the way I wanna live for the rest of my life. And I knew what I could do if I sacrifice, if I go 10 toes down, put my head down.
Yeah.
Fuck the money, I could always go buy that shit. You know what I'm saying? But that property might not always be 25 grand. You know what I'm saying? it only get more expensive.
It's a shelf life, right? It's a shelf life, and even what we're doing now, like sitting down here, we're having guests, people who are doing big things all over the city, right? It's like I'm the only lawyer doing this.
Yeah.
Like where everybody else at?
That's
because bro, because they're just thinking about it different. They're thinking about it wrong. The truth is like the fact is. You just want to be known. You just got to get that attention, right? I think we grow up and as kids, hear attention is a bad thing, right? Like, why are you seeking so much attention?
No,
like,
attention
sit down, be quiet.
Attention gets you paid.
People don't know who you are. That's the number one problem you got, dude.
The more people know you, the more they can flow you. You know what I'm saying? Like, they know what you do. And here's the thing: like, if you always got a talent and you got attention around your talent. You would never have to worry about no fucking money.
Yeah.
Not never. Because people going to open up their wallets to you because you talented and you got attention.
Yeah.
You would never have to worry about no money. I don't worry about me. I don't worry about me not being able to produce money. Bro, I got so many talents. Like
you out-earn your problems, right? Like if expenses are your issue, a lot of people think about where can I cut costs.
Yeah.
And what you got to be thinking about is where can I go get some more money.
Yeah, just add more value to yourself. Like I invested 17 grand last year. Just, you know what I'm saying, add new skills, learn how to run ads, learn how to build funnels. Like, you know what I'm saying, sharpen up on marketing. You feel what I'm saying? Sharpen up on my tattoo skills, like all type of stuff, bro. Like sharpen up on my mind, first of all. You feel what I'm saying? And people won't even do that. People won't even spend $100 for an ebook. They won't even spend $500 for a seminar to learn from the person that did it. But then you'll go to a college and pay $30,000 a semester, let Sally Mae or whatever it is now, you know what I'm saying, give you a student loan and last you the rest of your life.
Yo, one thing about books and online courses that I've been thinking about is the fact that in a book, right, if somebody's writing like a business book, they're taking 10 to 20 years of their experience, and they're simplifying it. They're writing it as simply as possible in a way. Their goal is to get as many people as possible to make the realizations they made without going through the pain. And people are like, nah, I don't want that. Let me get the celebrity gossip magazine.
Yeah, that's crazy, bro. People literally go to college for business. Bro, I opened up 4 businesses in the past year. Bro, I've never been to college, bro. I've never even seen a college campus. I don't even know what it looked like. You feel what I'm saying? So, like, people go to college, learn business, pay all this money, you know what I'm saying? Pay all this money to learn business from a professor in the classroom. Why you not spending that 4 years learning from a person that did business in your niche or your field? How much more successful will you be if you just focus on business for 4 years from somebody who did it already? You will skip the line in months. But no, you go to college, learn a business from a professor in a classroom who don't even own a fucking business, that's teaching you from an outdated book that don't even apply right now in 2019. You know how many mistakes I could sit down with, tell somebody that they could skip, they could grow their business in a couple months and never have to see a classroom? Yo, we in the field, we putting this work in.
Yeah.
But people go do that shit like it's a thing to do. And I think what's gonna happen is in the next 10 years, I think college is gonna start to downshift. And I say that to say, like, there's so many entrepreneurial spurts popping up, like Airbnb, Uber, you know what I'm saying, Lyft, DoorDash. Like, you got all these Toro, you got
options.
You got all these Amazon, you got all these entrepreneur things that's just popping up that's allowing people to be entrepreneurs at their own pace. That's going to be like, yo, think about what's going to happen in the next 10 years. Where we going to be at? Because we ain't have Lyft 10 years ago. We ain't have Uber 10 years ago. We ain't had DoorDash. You know what I'm saying? Amazon just made this big ass spurt in the past 5 years of allowing people to sell on there and do all these things. Like, we ain't have all these things, bro.
People who are mentors will tell you step by step how they did exactly what you're trying to do.
Some of the best money I ever spent, bro.
And somebody wants you to pay them $1,000 and they'll say, yo, I just made $500,000 last year doing exactly this. Here's how I did it.
Yeah.
And people look at the $1,000 and they're like, $1,000, and then they pay the college tuition of $40,000 from a professor teaching out of the 1983 book.
But it go back to what we said. It's mindset. So when I spent $17,000, it wasn't $17,000 at one time. It probably was $5,000. It probably was $2,000. Probably was $1,000. But when I'm going and investing, and I'm not looking at, you know what I'm saying, like, yo, what am I paying for? You feel what I'm saying? I know what I'm getting. These people made the mistakes already. I'm looking at it like, yo, when I'm going to invest this money, am I worth $1,000? Am I worth $5,000? You fucking right, I'm worth $5,000. You fucking right, I'm worth $1,000. You feel what I'm saying? So, like, people need to ask themselves the question, be like, yo, like, not how much you investing, but how much are you missing if you don't invest? Like, let me ask you a question. Let's change that. Let's change the interview around. Let me interview you, right? How, and not to say like you're not successful now, right? I don't want to discredit you from anything. How successful would you be if you just focused on law for 4 years, nothing else, not biology, not psychology, not trigonometry, none of the other stuff that they distract you with in school, just law. If you just went to school strictly for law, straight law, nothing else, how much further you think you would be in law?
Crazy thing is in law school, it's just law, but you don't have any PI. I didn't learn a single thing about the field that I do.
But you can't just go straight to law school. You gotta go to college before law school. Yeah.
And I majored in political science. I don't even vote, Runway. That's crazy. I don't even vote. Right?
So why are we not structured for? And I'm not saying like college is a bad thing. I don't want nobody representing me that ain't go to law school. You know what I'm saying? Who didn't take them parameters to go. And doctors, I don't want nobody doing no operation on me, you know what I'm saying, who didn't go. But what I'm saying is, why don't we have a school for doctors and they could go be a doctor for 4 years and just focus on just being a doctor?
Without having to go to undergrad for some...
How much more efficient and better would our doctors be if they just was a doctor for 4 years? Yeah. If I was just a businessman for 4 years, bro, like... How good of a businessman would I be? How good of a chef would I be? How good of a nurse would I be? You feel what I'm saying? How good of a dentist would I be if that was the focus? They get you with all these distractions, bro. By the time you get out of school, you like, yo, I don't even fucking know what I want to do because I got a major and a minor. Why I gotta have those options? Yo, let me go directly into what I want to do, go in my platform, and then let me decide after I get out of there whether I want to do other things or not.
It's the journey that you've taken. I think this is part of the reason that you inspire me so much is you knew what you wanted to do, and if you didn't, you figured it out on the fly.
I figured that shit out on the way,
and then
bro.
you just went after it, just directly after it, you know. And if there was parts that you didn't like or parts that you didn't understand,
you just adjust, bro. You just adjust. And my man, my mentor, my brother, Nehemiah Davis, man, he said, commit first, figure out the rest later. Commit first, bro, if I got a feeling that, yo, I want to do this business or I got this idea, I just do this shit, yo. And I don't even really think about it. I don't even put too much thought in why I don't want to do it. I just like, yo, how I got to make this happen in the next couple of days. And I really commit, yo. I commit to it. I'm like, we just go out there and then I figure the shit out as I go.
It's the same thing. It's over-promise and then over-deliver. You know, I'm going to do the best job at this. Get the deal set up. And then really go deliver the best thing. Think about, I heard Cardone, I think, say this, right? Is like, think about if somebody, what you typically say is, under promise and then over deliver.
Yeah.
Imagine if you're trying to under promise. You're saying, come to my tattoo shop. We do mediocre tattoos.
Right.
And then you like nobody would ever come.
Right.
Like, you know, come join Buy Back the Block where we may or may not teach you how to do real estate. Right. Like what terrible advice that is.
Yeah.
If you want anything to be successful, you need to show people this is where you're gonna go.
Yeah.
And then deliver a product or a service that takes them there.
Yeah, that's it. That's it, man. That's it.
Yo, thanks for coming out, my man. I thought we hit some gems tonight.
For sure. Yeah, it's always good, bro.
Yeah.
It was like that from the first time, bro.
Yeah,
It was like that from the first time.
We just gotta get in that flow state.
Yeah. We get steamy.
Yeah.